everyone.
Hey there guys, Unofficial MCU here. Hope you're doing well, and in this video we're going to be talking about Ant-Man 3, as the Ant-Man 3 producer has teased a Civil War level consequences from this overall movie. We're gonna hop right on into it. In this video I want to take a read from the direct's article. I'm gonna have the therefore article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there, as well as a read. Marvel producer Stephen Pressard recently compared Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania to 2016's Captain America Civil War. Ant-Man 3 will be the first movie of the MCU's Phase 5 slate, giving Scott Lang his third solo movie as he comes face to face with the multiverse saga's big bad, Kang the Conqueror. This will make the Ant-Man franchise the fifth in the MCU to come at least to a trilogy, and considering that it will serve as a direct setup to the 2025's Avengers The Kang Dynasty, its impact could be as big as any in the MCU's upcoming set of movies. However, I would like to say I don't completely agree with that statement, seeing that, well, Avengers The Kang Dynasty is going to be quite a little bit ways out, at least 2 more years until that film comes out. I think there's a lot more that the MCU will be doing in an effort to set that film up, essentially, and I don't think that this was going to be the final time that we see Kang up until those events. However, I must actually agree with this at the same time, in the sense that yes, this movie is doing quite a bit to set this overall character of Jonathan Majors, Kang, up into what we're going to see later on in the multiversal saga here with the Avengers Kang Dynasty. As the article continues, as fans have seen in the MCU's 4 other third movies from solo franchises, the stakes are usually raised in insanely high levels. Iron Man 3 saw Tony Stark end his time as a superhero for a little bit of while, and later Thor Ragnarok saw the destruction of Asgard as the God of Thunder defeated Hela before Thanos started his reign of terror, and he essentially lost everything in that one. And let's not forget to mention Captain America Civil War. He lost his shield and his team, and for Spider-Man No Way Home most recently, well, Peter lost just about everything. His friends, family, and, well, even himself with his true identity. As the article continues, now thanks to Ant-Man 3's recent press release, one of Marvel's top producers has teased that this new movie could be as impactful as another movie from Phase 3, that there of course being Captain America 3 Civil War. Coming from the official press release for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, Marvel Studios VP of Production and Development Stephen Pressard discussed the consequences that are set to become real in the MCU's next movie. One of the core beliefs that he highlighted for Marvel Studios is that, quote-unquote, to just go back to a character-like themes, with this movie largely focusing on a father and his daughter reconnecting, even with everything happening in the quantum realm, saying that, in full quotes, one of our philosophies that we've always applied at the studio is to just go back to the character, and to the root in that character, and the science fiction and the world building is fun, but ultimately it's window dressing to the characters who are on this journey. I think as long as we never forget that this is a story about a father and his daughter reconnecting, which essentially is what this film is, then the headiness of the multiverse and the headiness of the quantum realm sorts itself out, because you only need to understand that it's a father and a daughter story, ending that quote right there. The producer Pressard then went on to compare Ant-Man 3 to Captain America the Winter Soldier and Captain America Civil War as well, stating that Quantumania will be as important and integral to the MCU going forward as those 2 Captain America sequels were, saying that, in full quote, we talk about movies like Captain America the Winter Soldier, in which you saw the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D., and it felt like the entirety of the MCU turned on that. Captain America Civil War was another film where you saw heroes divided in camps and a battle lines being drawn, and it really felt like the future of the MCU was going to be defined by the action of that film. We really like the idea of making this Ant-Man film as important and integral to the MCU going forward, ending that quote right there. The director of the film, Peyton Reed, also spoke about his latest MCU movie, noting how this trilogy has always been about family. He noted how Ant-Man 3 will more fully explore the family dynamic, while also diving deeper into the quantum realm, calling it and describing it, well, what it is, an epic experience, saying that, in full quote, from the Ant-Man trilogy director Peyton Reed, in quote, the Ant-Man movies have always been about family, and Quantumania Quantumania, we're deepening and complicating the family dynamic, while painting on a much larger canvas. We dipped our toe in the quantum realm in the first couple of movies, and this time we wanted to give the movie an entirely different look. It's an epic experience, ending the quote right there. And I have to say, I largely overly agree with that overall statement. That's something that we have previously been seeing with the previous Ant-Man movies, is the idea of the quantum realm. It's a thing, it's being toyed around with in the first movie and the second movie, and to really go full on in and dive into that fully what it is and everything like that with its development and everything like that for what the quantum realm really is and how it's going to affect going forward in the future of the MCU, to really get to know it and explore it, is something of really, honestly, really quite fun to see here finally in the third movie. That all being said, the article goes on to talk about a Civil War level impact for Phase 5's Quantumania. Captain America Civil War became the biggest non-Avengers movie of its time when it kicked off Phase 3 in 2016, eventually tearing Earth's mightiest heroes apart over the fight between Captain America and Iron Man. While Ant-Man 3 won't be tearing any teams apart necessarily, Scott's latest jump into the quantum realm is already confirmed to have some serious consequences, if only for the fact that Kang the Conqueror is going to be involved with this overall story. Peyton Reed already teased that this will be an Avengers level movie even without most of the Avengers present, which is something I'm overly excited and intrigued to see how they're going to pull that off, largely due to Kang's impending ascent to power that will continue throughout the rest of the multiverse saga. Many have also theorized that Kang might even go as far to kill Scott Lang or somebody else on his team, setting the standard early in his tenure as the MCU's next big bad, as asserting an incredible level of power right from the get-go. When it comes to describing this overall movie as a level of what the Avengers are going to be, I think that really reminds me of what the Loki show was. It was a really big show, it really was. It was underrated as well, and I think it still is for what it does and what it has done and set up for going to where we are now with the MCU and going into Quantumania, having Kang as the big bad villain of that movie and going forward into the multiversal saga is something honestly I think underrated to seeing what the Loki show did for that. It was honestly quite a level that was asserted at the same for what the Avengers movies have done there. So in that sense, I think that this overall movie, and the best way to compare it to would be to compare it to the Loki show, especially when you're describing it as a Avengers level movie. The movie's second full trailer hinted at some of the power that Kang will really use, all while setting him up as somebody that can rewrite existence and shatter timelines. That should only be the start of his time serving as a powerful force for the Avengers to tackle, and if Ant-Man 3 doesn't hold him back, there will certainly be some dire consequences in store. Now from there, that is where the article concludes, and as I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have this full article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. There's a lot of hype going around here for Ant-Man 3 Quantumania, everything that's going to be doing here for the future of the MCU going forward for the next Avengers film here, as well as this article had mentioned, I think is quite underrated as well. And also seeing that we're so close to the next MCU movie, it's always a fun experience for, well, MCU films. So I can't wait for it. We're going to be talking about it, everything that we get here about Ant-Man 3 Quantumania. I even hope to go on opening night for when the movie comes out. We're going to be talking about every little bit of tidbit that we get here for this overall movie, as well as all types of other Marvel related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns that we like to do here on the channel as well. It's another jam-packed time for the MCU going into the new year here. We have plenty of new movies and shows and projects to look forward to here. We're going to be talking about them and covering them all here on the channel, so if you guys are into those, hit the subscribe button and join us here on the channel today. Of course, I would love to hear what you guys all think here in the comment section down below, your thoughts and opinions here on Quantumania, kind of being like the next Avengers level type of movie here, comparing it to Civil War and also the Loki show here as well. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Of course, this has been Unofficial MCU. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.